far over the weekend, but that's going to be NAF-FLY, daps, adreN, nitro, and Fugly. And on the opposing side is going to be CLG. That's Peter, tarik, hazed, FNS, and Cutler. And we're going to see if CLG can continue to dominate through this matchup like they did early on Cash. But this time it's going to be on the offensive side, not the defensive side. So looks like we are going to be gearing up for a bit of a A-take strategy here. And here comes the smokes and the flashes over the top of the wall, and they're going to come barreling in towards this site. Daps playing from the stairs. NAF-FLY from triple, going to be looking for it. Shooting through the smoke, just spamming. He actually lands a shot there onto Peter that was running into the site. But now over the top, FNS continuing his reign of dominance throughout this weekend. He's going to be able to find two, and Peter getting flashed down in towards CT spawn. He's going to locate one. Able to get the second one. Yes, he is. And just like that, CLG continues on 1-0 on Mirage.
And they played the same retake strategy that they did at Katowice that they got punished for very often. And CLG so aggressive taking that bomb site, wrapping around those triple boxes. NAF spinning a whole clip, wasn't able to connect with any bullets. If you're going to play that retake strategy, you have to get a kill or two and be able to stay alive. But the aggression from CLG to push into CT spawn, like you said, from FNS, a couple nice shots, and they just stormed the defense and no response from Liquid there.
Absolutely good flashbang over the top. They actually blinded out the player that was a toll booth. But look at this. This is a neat little stack that they got going on here at the B-bomb site. You see this? Fugly on top of that is going to be able to peek out and maybe catch one coming out through the B halls as that Molotov came around. He's going to drop from the stack, and that's actually kind of a disappointment because Peter's right around the corner right now, but that bomb dropped on catwalk. They're going to go for a pinch here towards the B-bomb site, and this is going to be really on these players in this B-bomb site. They go for a different stack, and look at this one. It's kind of an NOA Dust 2 stack, but it's going to work here. They're going to be able to find two before Fugly falls. adreN coming around with the 5-7 is going to be able to chime in. Still trying to locate that frag, and FNS is going to be able to find it, but now FNS is in a 1 versus 2, so this is a great eco round here from the Liquid CT side, and FNS with only 75 HP. Bomb has been dropped out by Catwalk, and he's got a lot of work ahead of him right now as both members with head armor. Well, daps with head armor, NAF-FLY with body armor, both at 100 HP. NAF-FLY already a kill under his belt, and a great round for Fugly, who we actually just see leg out from the server, so hopefully he'll hop back in on the Pronti. And now FNS is going to get caught out, and NAF-FLY takes him down, so eco success, Liquid, 1-1.
Yeah, not expecting that aggression from NAF to push out, so, you know, both of these maps, they've really needed something that's going to give them a little bit of momentum, something that's going to give them a little bit of energy to swing themselves back into this matchup after that beatdown on Cash, and that eco round right there might be it. Good stack on Catwalk, does some damage, trading all the way down into that 2-on-1, so here we go. And as long as they can keep CLG from responding likewise, looks like they're buying up some Tech 9s. We see some armor on Peter and Cutler, some smokes. Actually, it's going to be armor on all of them, so they're full buying out these Tech 9s. So they need to be very careful here, and this looks like it's just going to be a standard A-take. And if Liquid plays that retake strategy again, they're going to obviously have the advantage of equipment with these rifles versus Tech 9s, but I mean, this is really dangerous if they let them into this bomb site too much for free.
Absolutely. So they're going to be gearing up for this take again, and you know, there's only 2 members from the CT side over here, but they're going to be able to call these rotations as all these smokes are going to come out. And look at this, daps actually falling back from jungles, kind of yielded the bomb site here. They're going to try to spray through these smokes and try to get some frags, but as of right now, the terrorist side has full control. adreN's going to be able to find one. Cutler pushing through. He's going to get caught out by daps, and now we're down to a 3 versus 4. Bomb is planted at the A bomb site. FNS going to go down. tarik, the lone frag now for the terrorist side. He's over here by Firebox. He's going to be able to peek out. Nitro swirling around on the stairs, not going to be able to find anything. He does lay a dink out on a Fugly, but Peter with only 12 HP, and Fugly going to be able to drop him as well. So there it is, a 4-man stand for Liquid, and that's the situation they want to be in, as they are starting to pick up some money situation for their favor.
And that's something that I expect to see CLG really taking advantage of, is how passively Liquid likes to play that A bomb site. If they can remember that from the Katowice qualifiers, they could really exploit it right there. You know, if they just had the guns to defend against that retake, they would be in a great position, because Liquid loves just playing NAF solo in those phone booths, and they all get smoked off, and it allows them a free plant, especially because all the teammates at jungle are smoked off as well. So CLG in the gun rounds, look for them to take advantage of that situation.
Well, you know, if Liquid's retakes are as strong as they've been on the A bomb site, then maybe that passive setup isn't going to be such a bad thing, but again, that was only versus pistols, so
it's not going to be a bad thing unless they, you know, that's the only strat they've really done on the A bomb site. They don't switch it up that often. They don't have a lot. They don't ever mix it up and have players get aggressive. It's just consistently this retake, or at least it was at Katowice, and that's what kind of punished them for it, is when teams caught on to that. So they need to have a second strategy for holding that A bomb site at some point.
Gotcha. And again, you see that NAF over here by Toll Booth. daps is going to be playing underneath the balcony, so they're switching it up, but in a very minor way. But that bomb is going to be working towards the B bomb site here in just a moment's time, and we're waiting for them to line up these smokes and flashes. tarik is on the eco with the rest of his squad on CLG, and we're going to be seeing him try to lurk out the apartments here, maybe make a little bit of a noise to make that rotation come over towards that A bomb site. But as of right now, the rest of the terrorists are going to be over here in the B halls, with the exception of one, who is the number 6 man, Peter, with that P250. They're actually going to drop down and go down towards underpass. The commitment from FNS to try to sell this fake, and look at it, it's working. They've rotated the number 1 man, NAF-FLY, off of the A bomb site, and now they're going to make their way in towards that A bomb site, and they're basically going to overwhelm daps, and just like that, tarik's going to get the kill, and this is a great round here for the terrorist side of CLG. tarik looking for another one, but NAF-FLY trying to make this retake with his teammate, and it's a great retake. As the last man standing is going to be Peter, who's actually jumped down into the window room. He's going to make his way around, but that smoke is going to cordon off that bomb, and they're going to go for the defuse. They should be able to get this without too much of a hassle, but he's going to try to take a gun or two away, and he's going to take exactly 2 away. So not a bad eco around there from CLG. They force 3 rebuys, and they get the plant as well.
We actually saw CLG run that same exact strat not only earlier today on this map against Luminosity, but you and I saw it yesterday against Ascendancy, who they played on this map. They actually won it when they did it against Ascendancy, but this time Liquid shuts it down. But great pair of frags there at the end for Peter. Forces a lot of rebuys, and that economy is weakened for Liquid now. You can see daps at 700, Nitro at 1400. We do see an op in Peter's hands, and he's been very effective with that all throughout this day.
Are you sure it was against Ascendancy? I thought they were Dust
It might have been the other one. It might have been Synergy.
Okay, yeah. When CLG played Synergy.
Apologies.
I was like, what?
I mix up my.
I don't remember casting that. Uh-oh, look out, Peter. Gonna get chipped away down to 21 points of health there outside of the window room, and he's gonna be bleeding internally. They are gonna go for these head stacks. I like what they're doing on these sides where they're using these boosts to their advantage, and that's exactly what they've been doing. You know, we saw that eco round boost in the B bomb site by Fugly and NAF-FLY.
They were doing this against Luminosity, and adreN might have been watching that match. You see him playing so passively. NAF's going to get that first pick on a connector, but adreN falling back through the hole, back towards CT spawn to watch the window room boost.
Absolutely, and now look at him getting aggressive here on the A ramp, and gathering a little bit of information here. They're going to be able to hear tarik running around in the halls up there as well. So tarik down to 18, hazed down and out, and 21 for Peter. So this is not looking good. There it is. NAF-FLY is going to be able to find another one, trying to locate that third kill. Coming around from Catwalk, though, Fugly is going to be able to take down FNS, and tarik manages to chime in with one with only 18 HP. But now it's down to just Cutler and tarik. Make that just Cutler, and Nitro is going to be able to clean that up, and Liquid looking relatively strong here on their CT side of Mirage.
And that round they did. They switched things up. They had 2 players over in that A. Just like on the eco, they had daps underneath that porch, and he was able to get aggressive. So managing that defense very well, and doing a lot of damage before the execute from CLG came in. That allowed NAF inside the bomb site to have some easy battles down toward that connector, able to pick off one player as they came up into the bomb site. And this is a good so far from Liquid. They've been managing to grab the momentum of this half. They couldn't find it on Cash, and now they're going to be doing these. CLG's going to be doing these set smokes and just setting up into a dry execute on A. Something they really fell back into against Luminosity. Once they got towards the end of the half, they just started doing these dry executes. And here they come up the ramp.
Yeah, and again, it's going to be all on these players at the A bomb site. NAF's going to be able to pick up a triple, make that a quad. And that's going to be a 5th round now for Liquid.
Great defense.
adreN with 1 HP to survive, too, with that AWP.
Making it flawless. Sometimes that's what you need. And now they've got a good bank built up. adreN with 10,000, Fugly with 8,500, NAF with 5,000. So they built it up well. They've minimized the damage they're taking, and they're off to a good start.
Yeah, even if adreN dies 2 rounds in a row now, he'll still be able to buy ops every single time. So that's a pretty good economy that they got going there. He's sitting at $10,000, so good work from Liquid so far. And you know, with that lack of frags that the terrorist side of CLG's been able to get, even on the gun rounds. I mean, the last gun round they only got 2 kills out of. It puts him in a really tight spot. And ooh, NAF-FLY getting aggressive on Subway, but FNS finally able to make him pay. As you see, NAF-FLY is actually the top fragger in the server. He's 10-4 with 3 assists, so he's been doing some serious work for his squad over there. by triple box and A. And, you know, we talked about them maybe switching things up, switching up the pace on the CT side, and that was kind of a little taste of it. You know, NAF-FLY usually playing over by the toll booth or the ticket booth in the A bomb site, and that time he was pushed down into mid with his teammate.
Right, unfortunately, he wasn't able to convert that frag, but they did get a lot of information, and you see the stack over towards the A bomb site because they didn't spot anyone in mid. Nitro is pushed all the way up at the top, and once this execute comes in, it's going to be all on FNS to really have an aggressive lurk because there's no one at this B bomb site. He doesn't realize it yet, but when this execute comes in, he's so far away from the action.
Yeah, absolutely. So we see Cutler up there in Palace. Here comes the execution out of the terrorist side, but they throw a good incendiary grenade onto the A ramp, and that separates Peter from his teammates and also drops him down to 15 points of health. But like you said, FNS on that big flank, he's going to find adreN. He's going to be looking for Nitro, but now hazed coming around the corner should be able to clean that up, and he does. And just like that, CLG is going to get their second round, and it was a really solid round.
It's a very easy round. daps made a small mistake. He pop flashed himself out. He was playing under that porch, and he used his entire clip to spam through smoke. And once the terrorists heard him start to reload and run out of bullets, they just swung on him so aggressively, and he had no defense, no help from his teammates. So a little bit of a mistake from daps in that kind of a situation allows CLG the entrance into that A bomb site very easily.
So we will be coming into the 8th round now, and it is going to be a full rifle round again. You saw that good economy on the CT side. So again, adreN's going to have that AWP in hand. He's still sitting at 4,900. The rest of his team's a little bit low, but adreN's going to make it work. Takes down Cutler, peeking down towards the subway or the underpass there, connector between mid and the lower B halls, and it's a good frag for him. So we're going to see that early man advantage coming out for the CT side, and we're going to see whether or not they can capitalize on it here. And if they do, it's going to break the bank. Well, maybe not entirely, but it's going to do some serious economical damage to the terrorist side. And if they can string some rounds together, then it's going to put CLG in a really difficult spot going into the second half. So
He's being very aggressive in that connector. He's forced to fall off once he got it spotted out. They're going to smoke up this window, allow tarik with that AWP to try and peek into the A bomb site. hazed with an opening frag onto daps. Nice shot from him. This is going to be a split onto that B bomb site. At least it's going to be an attempt to, but Nitro's starting to shut it down here. 2 frags on Catwalk, and here comes the B push. FNS taking out Fugly. It's going to be all on Nitro from Catwalk, but FNS also responding onto him, opening up the B bomb site. And hazed is just going to have to cover the bomb planter. He's got 6 HP. This isn't a lot of great cover that he's able to provide, but the AWP from adreN not able to find anything quite yet, and it's going to be a lot is going to be on NAF to kind of pick into this bomb site as he comes up Catwalk. He hasn't spotted anybody yet. As he lurks, as he pushes towards this shadow corner. I'm going to toss a nade over towards the van. FNS pushing up towards kitchen. He's being aggressive, but he gets caught out, so he's down to 6 HP as well. adreN finishes him off with the AWP. A little bit of overkill, but hazed playing this so patiently. Able to connect to the first one, and that might be the round win. He's going to play this so smart. He's playing the time, and NAF doesn't have any time to defuse, and hazed with 6 HP clutches that 1-on-2.
Big round for hazed and a big round for CLG. They might have all died there, but now they're starting to build that economy as well. You can see tarik is sitting at 3,500, but the rest of his team is about 6K plus. So a great round from hazed, showing his poise over there in the B bomb site. So again, 5-3, CLG chipping away at this lead. It is going to be another, well, it's going to be a force up here from the CT side. They go for head armor on all of the players with the exception of adreN, who picks up the AWP with body armor, and that's going to leave a couple of pistols in their hands, and already adreN's down to 16 points of health. So a really, really tough start to this round, and this is a crucial round right now for Liquid. If they drop this one, they're going to be forced to save, and we're going to be looking at a 5-5 scoreline, Moses.
Right, but Nitro might be able to do something. If he catches these guys off guard, there are 2 players over towards these halls. Nitro's pushing up, but tarik far too aware for that. He takes his head off. Going to give him an advantage, and CLG playing these anti-ecos very, very slowly, very cautiously. Now you see FNS, who had a couple great frags in the last round. He's been doing very well throughout this entire tournament. Pushing up in a connector. A little bit of a battle going on. tarik and hazed down to 6 and 8 HP. So there is an opening there, and daps takes out FNS.
Yeah, the HP values on both sides relatively equal here. 6 and 8 HP for tarik and hazed, but Peter with the AWP is going to open things up into that B bomb, or A bomb site, pardon me, and hazed down here underneath of the window is going to do battle with daps. He's going to find the headshot through the wall, so... Oh, they lined up. adreN almost got the lineup on him. And now Fugly in a 1 versus 3, and that's going to be Peter, really, with that AWP, who's come in so strong in this round to shut it down. And Liquid, they're on the verge of having to save one, so we could see that 5-5 scoreline. There's the peak, and Peter's going to complete his triple and push it to a 5-4 scoreline now.
That's going to force a full save. A little bit of a force buy out of Liquid there, kind of desperate Not able to convert it. Oh, they got close. Very low HP and a couple players of CLG. And now they're going to be on a full save here. So CLG is going to be able to push this up to 5-5. If they maintain this very cautious anti-eco strategy they have. They've been playing so far back. Every single map, you see it. They're just playing back, looking for any aggression. They do get mid control basically for free. And there is a stack here. adreN's got 2 flashes, and he's going to pop flash his teammates in mid, but the push is coming so quick. daps and NAF not able to do too much. One drops out a window. That's Nitro with the CZ75. Gets one, has to reload. Oh, FNS manages that so well.
Yeah, it's 2 bullets left. He managed to get that kill with only 2 bullets left in the AK clip.
That was just mayhem. Once the action started, it just explodes everywhere. And FNS keeping his calm head, able to take off 2 others. And this is going to be a switch up for Liquid if they. Maybe they were watching. I said it earlier. adreN looked like he kind of knew how they like to do that stack, peeking into window, and played it far back. But they are picking up a double op setup now. Maybe seeing how much CLG struggled with it earlier against Luminosity.
Uh-oh.
What the?
Whoops! Peter!
That's awkward.
That's your buddy, Peter!
Doesn't matter when hazed and Cutler combine for 2 headshots to open up the bomb site again.
And then FNS at the backside of Cat's going to be able to take down Nitro, so a little bit of an accident there from Peter, but that's okay because they're able to regain control and take it back in their favor. FNS again onto adreN, so that double scope setup just completely ineffective this round. And again, we're going to see CLG taking the lead here with a 6-5 scoreline. Fugly going to be forced to save.
Yeah, Liquid not able to find any ground in this, and they had that good start. They lost pistol, won the eco, and managed to pull off 5 straight, and now they're about to lose 5 straight here. They're in a tough spot right now. CLG grabbing all the momentum just like they had on Cash, and having a really good terror side to Mirage. Unlike what they did earlier against Luminosity, they're looking very, very strong, and Fugly's going to be able to survive. Peter's not going to risk the 6 HP to peek again. So far, so good for CLG. They're looking really well.
Now, I didn't really have a chance to look at the overall frag totals from Cash, but do you know who the top fragger was for CLG?
I do not.
Okay, that's something maybe Rotoderp can throw us a little bit of statistics on. But, you know, again, we talked about it on day 1, how FNS was really stepping up for his squad, and you're seeing it again right now. He's 12-8, you know, kind of overshadowing NAF-FLY's 10-8, and doing a great job for his squad, getting those awesome kills there in mid the last round to basically shut things down, shut down the rotation from the CTs as they work their way into the A bomb site on the CLG side. So kudos to him, and we had him in here for a little bit of an interview yesterday, and you know, he kind of shined some light on their strategy and everything like that. So very cool. Plus, he's actually their in-game leader. They switched back from Peter. He called a couple of matches, and then they went back to FNS being their in-game leader. So really, really good stuff to see right now. And again, a lot of damage being dealt onto the CLG side early in this round. It's a bit of a force up here from the CTs. They're going to make a bid for the B bomb site now as we see them coming around. And there you go. FNS again with the entry frag. He gets dinked. And Peter's going to find one, but now crouching over here by the window is going to be adreN looking for another frag. He's going to push the smoke. Well, I thought he was going to push the smoke, but he decides to lob a couple of flashbangs out. Actually catches hazed and Cutler. FNS over there on catwalk with 10 HP. That smoke is good from adreN. It's going to give him a lot of cover, but now he's in a 1 versus 3, and he goes down to the hands of hazed, who's also been playing really hot all day, and it's a team ace for the terrorist side of CLG. Yeah, and that was a pretty big desperate buy out of Liquid. They didn't really have a lot of utility, and you're seeing it again. They're at the point where they know they need rounds. They can't really afford to save anymore because they have to build up more than 5 if they want a shot at a comeback here. But they are deep in the hole. 7 rounds already for CLG is a fantastic half, and they're looking to build on it with 3 rounds left into the half. Right, you are, Moses. So again, it's going to be a force up. Liquid just looks like they've come out flat in these finals, these past 2 maps. Well, they looked great at the start of this one. True. Hazed! Wow! Just walking up casually, gets that opening frag onto daps, and there's that retake ace strategy. No one else there to back him up or contest this. Hazed pushes up, jumps across onto the stairs. Nitro's able to get tarik, who's pushing into CT spawn. Does get a second, but the bomb planted, it's ticking away now, and CLG has another smoke to work with, and hazed, he's got 8 HP. He might just try and lurk into this smoke. He's going to play right behind it. Yeah, this is great positioning from hazed. He's going to be able to catch out Nitro. He's going to be able to catch out adreN.
Oh, hazed.
And coming around the corner, that's going to be Fugly, the last man standing. But Peter's there to clean it up in an 8-5 scoreline. As CLG, they were down, I believe it was 4-1 at the beginning of this matchup, and then just rocketed right back with a 7-1 scoreline so far.
Right, and Liquid's gone they've gone too far to these force buys. That hasn't let them get back on track in terms of winning these rounds. And now they just can't afford not to do it. So there's just going to be a constant buyout with this money bonus. They do have an it's a scout, excuse me, on a NAF. One kid on Fugly who's only got a pistol, and look at CLG switching things up, doing a fast B play here. They have a lot of tactics that they've shown where they've thrown smokes, executing them from the B halls, and they're dropping either into the underpass to go towards A. So that could be something that they're trying to fake out, but look at Fugly pushing up behind this smoke. He's going to be playing very aggressive in these B halls. He needs to be very careful with this pistol. No one's even close to this B bomb site, so the reads from Liquid aren't that great on which bomb site they're emphasizing towards. Nitro's on catwalk, and he's going to need to rotate back very, very quickly if Fugly spots someone.
Yeah, and Fugly actually smartly, once that smoke starts dissipating, he walks back over and drops down into that van position. Now they're going to go for this execute. There's a good counter flash from him. He's going to be able to blind 3 members of the CLG forces, but he's probably going to fall here very shortly. Hayes going to be able to sniff him out, but he's going to be able to pick up 2 before he falls. Tarik is going to get the trade finally, and it's a 2-for-1 so far in this B bomb site. Nitro's got a lot of work ahead of him as well. He's going to look for Peter up here in the window. Not going to be able to find it, and a nade combined with Peter's shot is going to be able to take him down as well. So all evened up on a 3-3. Tarik misses his smoke over there, but that's okay. Throws the pop flash, peeks the corner, daps with the UMP. He's going to be able to find a frag, and NAF-FLY with the scout now. Gets the headshot onto Tarik, so now it's all FNS, and daps with the AWP finishes him off. So a little bit of life from Liquid in this round.
Right, but they're still so far down. I mean, that was very close. Took some nice shots at jumping up, I believe, by daps to give them that in their favor. He even got legged. He got 2 kills on the round. Fugly also opening it up with those 2 frags with that 5-7. Good defense by him. So you're right, they are showing a little bit of life, and they need the second round if they want any hope of winning. But CLG's defensive side looked really good against Luminosity earlier. I'm not sure that Liquid's going to be able to crack them even with 7 rounds.
Absolutely. So going into the final round of this first half, and that was really a must-win for Liquid right there, because they would have been on a very poor bye going into this last round. You know, they've been forcing up so many rounds in a row that, you know, it almost feels like maybe we don't even know what it's like to have a rifle anymore. You saw the UMP and the pistols for so many rounds now. Then now they've got the M4s, the AKs, and that AWP on the back of adreN. adreN actually very aggressive down here, looking for a peek down into Subway. He might get it here in a matter of moments, but Terrorists very, very slow and methodical right now, and this is a good thing to see out of the terrorist side of CLG, you know, playing this one smart. Nitro getting some information for his team, peeking out on the corner saying, hey, there's nobody over here, but now they're going to throw this strategy. They're going to throw those smokes over towards the connector and on the catwalk. They're going to try to get their teammates out in the mid, and that's exactly what they're going to do. And now, you know, Nitro is going to be coming under fire. He's going to throw a good flash. Tarik's going to get taken down. He's got one over there as well. He gets the lineup, but unfortunately, FNS too swift. Able to take him down with that AK-47, but not after the damage is done. Fugly's going to be able to find one. Cutler trades him out. adreN misses the op shot. And now we've got one by bench and one by site, and they've got to move this bomb in and try to get this planted. And they go for the fake plant. Nade comes out. Molotov to follow. That Molotov off the mark, unfortunately. Might have flushed hazed out a little bit better than it did, but he's going to go back into them. Molotov to window. We're seeing just a trade of nades right now. adreN, though, with an 8-out's going to get caught. And Cutler takes him down. And hazed from the site, and this is a 3v2. You'd hate to see them lose. daps, the last man standing, and around the smoke goes Cutler. 9-6 is your halftime score.
That's heartbreaking. That is absolutely heartbreaking. But it's been happening to them all day. You know, you didn't get to see it on cash, but they had a couple rounds where they had a massive advantage, and they just had some silly peaks that forfeited the round to them. So they've just been having bad timing all throughout this evening. And CLG's been capitalizing it everywhere they go.
Yeah, and I mean, that's, again, I believe that was actually a 2 versus 4 at the beginning of that retake that they had. And, I mean, hazed, he's come to play, and he's showing it right now. He's been doing a sensational job on his teamwork and everything like that, and his frags have been substantial. I mean, that 1v2 with 6 HP, that's a round that you hate to see them, that you hate to see Liquid lose. And I mean, geez, just across the board, Liquid just doesn't seem like they have that flash that we've seen a couple of days ago, you know?
Right, and this is going to be a quick B play. They do get slowed down by the smoke of FNS, but he's going to push up with his P250 and pretty good going through armor, so this is going to be dangerous for the Terrors, for the Liquid side as they rush through this smoke. Oh, but they manage it well. adreN with the jumping Glock takes him out immediately. That's the entrance onto the B bomb site. Tarik's going to be on a very quick flank, so they need to be mindful of that, and the pressure's going to come in from Catwalk, as that's where Cutler is looking down deep, but tarik on this flank, about to turn the corner. He's got to be careful. There is one player watching for it. Tarik's not able to convert the kill. That's daps who takes it out. Peter responds on a Nitro, and NAF trades out hazed, and there's trades across the board, down to a 3-on-2 in favor of Team Liquid, but being pressured at the bench is NAF-FLY. He's now alone into this 1-on-2, and this is a round that Liquid desperately needs, and he's not going to be able to get it, so CLG shutting that down so effectively. Another good retake from them.
Yeah, and I mean, I was struggling to get back into the Go TV, but I got to see the remainder of that round, and it close on the defuse, but it is going to go the way of CLG. And, I mean, that retake just extremely strong. Peter picking up 3 frags on that retake, a couple of really nice headshots. And again, we're going to see CLG winning that second half pistol round to kind of rocket themselves with that momentum once again. So can the Liquid side eco them again? We saw it in the first half. The CLG side won that pistol round and ended up dropping the round immediately afterwards. And we're going to see whether or not they can make it happen here again as we go into the second round of this second half. And it is going to be some rifles across the board. A couple of UMPs in the hands of hazed and Peter. So that armor-piercing SMG, let's see if they can put it to work this round because, well, they don't really need it because they didn't pick up any armor on the terrorist side now.
Right, 2 smokes in the hands of the Liquid team, though. They're going to do this execute onto the A strat with these pistols they bought up, but there's that UMP45 on Peter coming into play, getting an opening frag. hazed as well chiming in, and him and hazed combining for 4 frags quickly, and daps is having a tough time here, and he's just going to get taken out by Cutler, and that's going to make the lead up to 11-6 for CLG.
Absolutely. So, again, hanging on to that UMP. He's putting the money in the bank, too, because you get so much of a money bonus from getting those SMG frags that, you know, he's already sitting at 4,800 2 rounds in. So, great start here for CLG. And we could see this map go in CLG's favor for a 2-0 sweep in these grand finals.
Right, CLG just looking so strong, and they're probably just going to end up mopping this up. Liquid hasn't really shown anything, but this buy, they need this to work out, and they're going heavy presence towards the B bomb site. They are going to get smoked off, so I'd imagine they'd wait for this smoke to clear before they do any kind of pressure, but there are 2 players. This is an interesting setup. We don't often see this. tarik and FNS, 2 players playing together very aggressively on these B halls. tarik jumped up onto the stairs, and FNS is just going to bait for him. Pop a flash, so this could be so detrimental to this B push if Liquid ends up going through with it.
Yeah, if they don't check this angle, if they do make that move through the B halls and they do not check this angle, tarik is just going to have a field day with this FAMAS. And I'm really anxious to see what they decide to do. The number 6-man Fugly still watching for that mid presence from the CTs, but it looks like they are moving forward in towards this B presence, so this is going to be really interesting to see. There's another flashbang being thrown. I think that they're going to say, all right, there's probably one over here by Van. They're probably not going to check this angle, and here comes some flashes out. They let him run by, and Peter with the AWP is going to be able to find one, and unfortunately, tarik's only going to get one. FNS goes down as well, so not a bad trade for the Liquid side, but Peter, once again, on to daps, going to be able to find that off frag. He's looking for more. He's at the backside of this bomb site, and Cutler is going to be able to find another. Peter
nice
with a
shot by
snapshot takes him down. That's another triple for him, and he's really stepped it up on Mirage, 17-9 for him.
Absolutely, and Liquid telegraphed that strategy for CLG with such an easy read. You don't often see 3 players cheating over towards B the way that CLG did. And it's because Liquid didn't have map control anywhere else. They didn't make a presence today. They didn't make a presence or a noise anywhere in mid or the A bomb site. So it was very obvious they were just waiting out those smokes in those B tunnels, and CLG was able to get a jump on the rotate and completely dominate that attack. And now a double nade from Cutler, and hazed stops this eco attack dead in its tracks.
And then hazed pulling out the Tech 9, going to finish off the last 2. A quick quad for him with the assists from Cutler. And we're already at a 13-6 scoreline. So a really dire situation here for Liquid. They've got a little money in the bank. Do they go for the AWP, maybe glass cannon on adreN to see if he can open up a bomb site with it? But it looks like it's going to be AKs across the board instead. But Peter right now really strong with that AWP, and it's good to see him back in top form. He was kind of struggling for a little bit in the last couple of maps that I've seen them play, but on a map like Mirage, where he kind of gets free reign to go wherever he wants with that AWP, and he's showing exactly why he's one of the top AWPers in North America.
I feel exactly the same way. Peter's been quiet since I've seen him, ever since MLG, really. He hasn't had anything too crazy in terms of matches. Maybe it's because they switched up to him in-game leading, but it seems like this transition back to FNS is done wonders for him because all day today he's been playing so very well.
And again, look at the aggression from tarik. He's on the other side of this smoke in the little kitchen up here in the B halls. And once this smoke dissipates, it's going to be a Fugly versus tarik battle. But tarik actually going to resign from that area and drop a nade out. And that might find some damage. Only 7 points. But they're going for the same strategy here in the B halls. So really interesting to see.
And it might be, I mean, it might just be so crazy that tarik's playing this spot again, but it's so crazy it might work if they actually end up getting here. Naf's going to get an entry over to the A bomb site, and he's the only one there. Took a one-on-one battle up the A ramp, and he won that battle with flying colors. Only a 66 HP, not a lot of damage done to him. So the rotations have come in, and now the Terrace team is transitioning back through T-spawn over towards the A bomb site, but CLG is likewise rotated over there. Nitro's going to cut off FNS, and Cutler responds there, but say bomb site is very much up for the grabs as these smokes comes in. Cutler's able to get another one on Naf, and Fugly trading out. He's going to get into a battle with tarik at the bottom of the connector, but tarik and Peter are going to shut everything down. So it looks so promising. It's no longer good at all, and tarik ends that round, and it's 14-16 for Liquid. Still laying up a goose egg on this Terra side.
Yeah, and Liquid, you know, they're just in this situation now. They've lost 5 in a row. They're going to start getting that money bonus, but it's so far in the bag right now for CLG that it's just really, really difficult for them to try to get themselves back into this. So you see adreN with the scout, you see a Galil and a couple of AKs, but man, they're struggling on Mirage right now, and they definitely struggled on Cash. But CLG coming to play. You know, they've read the handbook, the strat book here, and it's working for them.
Yeah, now Liquid, nothing's had success for them, so it's what do you do? And one thing on Mirage that can kind of scare me, Fugly, nice pick onto Peter, they really needed that, but one thing on Mirage that is a little bit frightening is it's so easy for these A executes to happen that you can just so naturally fall back into them, and it's very similar to that take on B they had a couple rounds ago. They didn't establish a presence across the map, so it's very easy to read, but Fugly with that pick might alleviate those kind of pressures, and there is only 2, hazed and tarik, at this bomb site. Smokes are coming over, so here comes the call. But Nitro quickly jumping up onto the mountain box is able to take out tarik. Entrance into that bomb site is open. Hayes the only one alive, and he's just getting spammed from all the angles. And so quick, it's just a 1-on-4. FNS the lone man. And it looks like Liquid's going to be able to take their 7th round.
And a much-needed round as well, because like we said, that economy is so bad for their side, but man, oh man, 16-7, or 14-7, pardon me. That's just a really, really big mountain to climb. I mean, they're down by 8. They're going to get back within 7, but look at this, actually sneaking through. FNS is going to be able to find one, but he's going to get caught. But, you know, that money that they have on their side as he face plants off the side of the stairs, the money in their favor right now is just really stacked up. They're going to be able to put that AWP in the hands of Peter if he so decides to do that. He actually drops a rifle for a teammate here, so interesting to see. There it is. Hayes picks up the AWP, tosses it over to Peter, so he will have that op in hand.
But Liquid was really struggling to string rounds together both on Cash and in that first half, so this could be very scary for them. This is where CLG puts a stop to it, and if Liquid loses this one and is forced onto an eco, ruins their money, then that's going to be pretty much the match in hand. CLG on tie point here. Trying to go for mid control once again is Liquid, and this is like a replay of Cash. CLG stopping them at every turn, but Nitro and adreN, and Nitro with the second frag, they take that mid control. They couldn't do that on Cash, but they do take it over, and it's going to be all on tarik, who's playing Catwalk. And there's the Nitro we know and love with 3 nice entry frags.
Absolutely, FNS going to be your last man standing. He's all the way over here in the A bomb site. Nitro is going to contest this. Spraying through the smoke, going to go for the reload. Nitro going to bide his time right now. He is pushing around and probably going to catch FNS out here in just a second. Fugly on the other side. But it is going to be Nitro. Takes him down. 4 headshots. And that's going to be it. So 14-9 now.
We're going to need 14-8. We're going to need that's what you get for anticipating the round counter.
Well, you know, it's sometimes it bugs and it's hard to say. I thought it said 14-8 already.
We're
Cut
going
me
to see
some slack.
a lot more of that out of Nitro if they want to make this a real comeback.
Well, they're going to get an opportunity here because that does force CLG on the save, but it's going to be 5 7s and a P250. The lone P250 in the hands of Peter. He's going to try to save a little bit of extra cheddar in his bank to try to pick up that AWP again, but tarik picks up the head armor, and we're going to see what CLG can do on this eco round, Moses.
They did lose one earlier on Cash. They won the pistol and ended up losing an eco. They haven't been great on him. Peter's at a really awkward position. If he gets aggressive on these halls, he can catch one out, but there are 4 players over towards A for both teams. This is a nice stack. A good read by CLG. No one's been spotted yet. Peter actually getting in a little bit of a gunfight. Losing some HP, but falling off. And here comes this setup from Liquid. They look like they're pulling out their smokes. They're getting ready to execute up here. And this is going to be scary. Tarik's very close. Peter's right up there on the balcony still, and Cutler's in the bomb site. Here comes the rotation. Here comes the execution. Tarik able to get that opening kill on the daps. He opens up the action, but the terrorists respond very quickly with 3 kills. It's just Cutler in the bomb site, able to get one more. Not able to get a second, though, so this round is leaning in the favor of Liquid, but not by very much. FNS in a 1-on-2 situation does have an AK-47. Nitro's got 7 HP, so this is very doable for FNS, who's creeped into the bomb site. He's going to be able to stop this plant. Oh, no. Ooh. But that is the high HP player, yeah.
With only 7 HP, Nitro in a 1 versus 1, 57 for FNS. He's got to play this smart. I think FNS just knows that he's going to be up there, and he's going to go ahead and tap the bomb. He's got to go for a full defuse. Creeping out now is... Oh, that molly, though. Interesting decision, but it worked nonetheless, and Nitro's going to get the clutch, and that's going to be a 9th round now for Liquid.
Good round for Nitro. That was scary. It looked like it was going so well, and then it just got turned around. FNS winning some battles. I mean, like you said earlier, he's been one of their most effective players throughout this tournament. He's got 18 frags right now and 18 deaths. Hazed leading the way for CLG with 21. On the other side, it's Nitro who's come alive here. He's at 21 and 17, and NAF at 16 and 18 is your next player for the Liquid side.
Well, the funny part about that, you know, he dropped that Molotov onto the bomb, and that was actually not a bad idea because that would have just delayed all of that time off since he didn't have a kit.
Right, and even if he dies, it still deploys the Molotov, so it does the damage.
Yep. So that's actually a really smart play by Nitro. The more that I thought about it, the more that I kind of realized the fact that that was actually a really, really solid play from him. And we're going to see a blind FNS here on Cat's going to be able to pick off NAF-FLY, but they've dropped down into this B bomb site. But now it's going to be a 3-on-4, and this is a difficult situation now for the terrorist side. adreN does have the AWP, but he's a long ways away from his teammates. There's 2 of them over by Cat. There's 2 of them by Kitchen. They're going to go ahead and drop some smokes, deploy those out. Now FNS, this is really going to be on him. He's still over here by Catwalk. He's going to go down to the hands of Nitro. There's a Molotov from Nitro as well. But a nade comes in from Hazed, and that's going to rain on his parade. And Fugly behind this smoke. If they spam it, they're going to get him. He pushes through. Oh, that's so unfortunate. Now it's adreN in a 1 versus 3. Make that a 1 versus 2. He gets the shot. He's going to be looking for another one who's right around the corner. Gets one.
No kit, though.
Again with no kit, though. And that's going to be the round in favor of Liquid, but these rounds being so close, as we see Cutler expire with the bomb, these rounds being so close that it's just not allowing either side to really build that economy. You see Nitro with 8,700, but the rest of them are basically sub 4.
Right, really, but this is going to put CLG onto another full-blown save. Picking up some extra pistols. No armor on him, though, so this is going to give Liquid a chance to gain another round, to gain a little bit more bank for the next gun round. But I mean, you're absolutely right. They have so many rounds to try and grind this win out. Keeping that economy for Liquid very low is one way to do it. Force them onto some weaker equipment going into the gun rounds. That's exactly what they've been doing.
And I'm trying to think of that. What's that saying that people have come up with? Don't be a loser, buy a diffuser? Is that the one?
Yeah,
well,
that's the one.
It just basically cost them 2 rounds now.
Well, it's because they keep buying. These effective eco rounds are because they're buying nades, they're having some armor, having some effective pistols, and they're not able to afford the kits because they're buying up some 5.7, so it's just the trade-off you make.
Exactly. So, again, we're going to see this slow strategy coming out from the terrorist side. FNS does have a scout. Hazed over here by jungle. Tarik is playing from the connector. They've got one underneath the balcony, and they're going to lead out with NAF-FLY. Just going to go ahead and drop down. Takes out Cutler. He's looking for another one. Nitro's going to be able to find Hazed. We're going to be seeing this one come out here in a minute. Nitro's going to be able to find another nice, well-placed headshot. The flank from Peter, but Nitro with the third. He's going to be looking for the final member over here. That's going to be FNS. He's going to work his position right. He's lost in the smoke. Finally spins around and takes him down, and that's going to be the one.
Look at Liquid there. Their entry fraggers have really come alive. Nitro with that 26 kills. That's shot up so very quickly in the last few rounds. Probably in the last 5 rounds that they've won straight. And this has got to feel like deja vu for CLG a little bit. That Luminosity game, they were up big after the first half, and Luminosity managed to mount a comeback, and now it's at 14-11. This is going to get a little scary for CLG coming up soon. They do pick up a double-op setup, and that might be what they need to swing it back in their favor.
Absolutely. So again, we're going to see actually a double scope setup here, and We kind of saw this momentarily in the first half on the back of tarik and PTR, but it didn't work, and they both actually dropped to Nitro because they took both of these AWPs up towards Catwalk and ended up falling to the player that was in the ladder room. So we're going to see if they can change that up here on the CT side and make it work for them. But here in a moment, we should see an execution or maybe some mid-control being exercised as daps and his teammate NAF-FLY are going to be up at the boxes and top side mid. adreN's looking for an alt pick by the window room. He's going to peek out, and tarik just shoulder peeking, getting an idea what's out there, pardon me, as he's going to be able to spot out adreN as he misses that shot. So not too terribly much damage going out just yet. NAF-FLY is down to about half health, 65 for Fugly. So this is kind of a good situation now for the CTs, as a little bit of damage has been done to the terrorists.
Right, but this does look eventually like it's going to be an A split. 2 players in mid, possibly wanting to come up the connector late on in the round and split that A bomb site. And it's dangerous because there are 4 players for CLG over on that side of the map. It's only Cutler all alone over in the A bomb site. FNS playing the window pretty aggressively, but he's going to get forced back, so he might be forced to rotate over to B, but instead he decides to come towards jungle, so Peter's going to get the opening pick on A ramp with an AWP. There's hazed and Peter combining for one more. Another couple nice shots from Peter. This attack is just getting shut down and demolished on the back of Peter's AWP, and there's tarik chiming in as well, so putting an end to that run of rounds by Team Liquid. It's now 15-11 for CLG, and they're on match point, championship point.
Yeah, and this is exactly where CLG wanted to be. You know, it's one of those things where it's like, all right, let's just get to 15 so we can close this out. They don't want to be hovering at 14 for very much longer, because that's just going to continue to snowball that momentum for Liquid and that confidence as well. You see NAF-FLY actually picking up the AWP. daps resigned to just a Tech 9, and adreN with the AK-47. So maybe adreN kind of giving up on the AWP right now.
Looks like they're going to want to have NAF with this AWP. He's going to try and be aggressive and work around the smoke and get a pick onto the A bomb site onto the other CLG opper. He's going to have to do battle. It's going to be tarik who actually pushing the halls, and NAF is not ready for that. He's not suspecting it at all. tarik with a very sneaky play. The rest of the team is over towards B, and we're going to have to find something. Fugly's looking for a pick through kitchen. He's holding a weird angle around the smoke. There's a corner missing from it.
FNS, though, has gotten a whole lot of information for his team. He's coming up from behind him right now, and Nitro's got a nade out at the top side here. He's going to peek him out. Oh, spots him, takes him down, comes around the corner. Dispatches of daps as well, looking for a third. That's going to be Fugly. Not going to be able to find that one. adreN is going to be able to find one, but now we're in Fugly in a 1 versus 3, so this is a really crucial situation for CLG, or pardon me, Liquid. As you see Peter getting aggressive with the AWP, should be able to lay him out here in just a second as he turns the corner, and there it is.